Welcome to Musician vs. Musician, a podcast / gig where every week we talk about a band, a music day of the week, a festival lineup. Sometimes we talk about why I can't ever do this efficiently.
We talk about that a lot, actually.
We need to, yeah. Maybe I should write it down. You know what? I like it. I like it free flow. I like the gibberish. Last week, we spoke for 1 billion years about Iron Maiden.
Yes, we did. I did enjoy the chat, though. It got a little bit much after
Oh,
that.
yeah. I mean, it was an hour and 20 minutes, man. Too long. This week, we got a shorter report from Leia.
Yeah!
That's never happened before.
Squeeze me.
We've never had a Leia report before.
I'll fuck you up.
She won't. She's too much of a... She's too nice. In real life, she wears princess dresses and...
That would be really weird.
Bows
if
in
I
her
had
hair.
this bizarre alter ego.
This is her excuse. This podcast is her excuse to be
Yeah, it's how I get it out.
Yeah.
You're
Go
right.
on. All right, dude.
So you don't know who it is yet, okay. So this is an American metal band from California that formed in 1999. I think you might pick up... They've got quite an
The Red Hot Chili Peppers.
No.
California.
They're a metal band. Okay, so this band took their name from a story in the Bible, in the book of Genesis.
I've already got it.
About the brothers... Yeah, okay. You know who it is?
No, I don't.
Okay,
I
so it's
lied.
about the brothers Cain and Abel, and this is
It's
the
Cain
quote.
and Abel, the band.
No, this is the quote. But the Lord said unto him, therefore whoever slayeth Cain, vengeance shall be taken on him
it's Slayer.
sevenfold.
It's Slayer.
No.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Listen to the fucking quote.
Okay, I'll
But
listen.
the Lord said to him, therefore whoever slayeth Cain, vengeance shall be taken upon him sevenfold.
Oh, okay. Ooh, this is a big one.
It is a big one.
This is Avenged Sevenfold.
It is!
Yeah.
Yay!
Man, you know what? If I'd listened to the quote in the first place...
I know, you would have got it the first time. I hate you so much. Right.
See, it's nice when I don't have to do the report because I just get to
Be a pain.
talk over
Yeah.
you. Now, you know what it feels like. So we're doing Avenged Sevenfold this week.
Yeah, we are.
I know nothing about this band's history.
I actually didn't know a lot until I looked them up, and I've quite enjoyed looking them up, and a lot of what I've got is just silly things that I thought
Have
was
you been won over by them? Will we find by the end of this report that you have a
funny. I
newfound
haven't
appreciation?
yet, but also I waited to listen to the songs that we're going to listen to till now.
Okay.
So I haven't actually gone through them, because I'm not the biggest fan. We'll see by the end of it.
Alright, let's see.
So our original lineup consists of 2 bassists. Justin Meacham, Matt Wendington. It's got a D in it.
She's not good at pronunciation.
I'm really bad. James Sullivan on drums, percussion, piano, and vocals. Zachary Baker on guitars, and Matthew Sanders on vocals.
Jesus.
So that's 1999. They take until 2001 to get their first, what I assume is probably a full-length album, which is really weird to start with. I feel like most people start with an EP, but they started with Sounding the Seventh Trumpet. So you want to jump straight in?
Yeah, let's jump straight into it. That was We Come Out at Night from Avenged Sevenfold's first album, and I did not even believe that was M Shadows. He sounds so fucking different.
Yeah, because I wasn't sure on account of him. Have his real name down. That kind of frustrated me going through it, was that they all have their stupid stage
Pseudonyms, yeah.
which is, I think, is a little bit silly. But yeah, they're very different.
You have a pseudonym on stage.
I know, and it's a joke.
Yeah,
it's a real joke. I know it's silly.
Yeah, we don't take it seriously.
But yeah, Avenged Sevenfold, I think they were sort of billed as a metalcore band then, which you can really hear, because that's very different to where they are now. So the lineup did change slightly, I think, as they had a different bassist. And instead of having 2 bassists, they got rid of both of their bassists, and then they got Damien Ash on bass, and then Brian Hanna on guitars and piano and organ and keyboards, apparently. Because you need that many things.
I mean, I'd love an organ.
I feel like they probably just did it all on a keyboard and were like, yeah, we did piano and organ sounds. That'd be really funny, actually.
I mean, that's definitely what happened. Come on, they didn't have access to an organ.
Yeah, this was 2001, and I have no idea how old they are.
Yeah.
So I get the impression they were a lot younger when they did this, though. They talked about a band that one of them was in only a short time before it, and they were definitely still in school, which is quite sweet. But yeah, there's not much to say about the early days. There's a lot of little lineup changes. So the drummer is what everyone always goes on about in early days, James Sullivan. The Rev.
The Rev.
Better known as, yeah. Like, you can really hear his style in that first one.
Drums are so important in metal music, contemporary metal music. This is really interesting, actually, because, spoilers for everyone, behind the scenes thing, we're actually recording this immediately after Iron Maiden, so I get to hear the difference between old school metal and contemporary metal.
Yeah.
And drums are way more important now.
Yeah, which is something that you do struggle with sometimes, is hearing how the different parts change, particularly as a timeline changes, you know?
Yeah, but drums these days, I think, are what makes metal quite often.
But yeah, I thought we'd try. They then I think it was near the end of 2001 that rather than which is very close considering they did a full album that year. They released another EP called Warmness on the Soul.
Okay.
So do you want to have a look at something from there?
Sure. Warmness on the Soul.
Which I hate.
Why do you hate it?
It's just I hate it. It's just so irrelevant.
Is it warmness on or warmness of?
Warmness. It's written as...
Oh no, it's warmness on the soul. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's written as warmness on.
YouTube tried to correct it.
Even YouTube thought it was stupid.
Yeah. So, do you want to listen to the song Warmness on the Soul?
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Alright, here we go. Warmness on the Soul.
And we have gone through good and bad times.
Yeah, so wildly different, to say the least.
Yeah, it's a strange piano rock ballad with metal lyrics, and he's also singing really badly.
Yeah, considering you do see him in other things, he clearly is capable, but
M Shadows is a great singer.
I could feasibly see that they were quite young when they were doing this,
Yeah.
and then they started having more professional lessons, or he was more progressed in lessons after that.
Yeah, because from the sounds of it, like I was saying to Leia, it sounds like he's not opening the back of his throat open to let sound out, so everything he's singing sounds compressed and sad, and like he can't actually hit the notes he's trying to hit, and those aren't difficult notes in that song. M Shadows has a good range.
He's just, I think he's got baby voice.
Yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe he's just got baby voice.
We'll see how old he is.
This does not sound like the Avenged Sevenfold I
know.
It
really doesn't. They had some real changes. To be honest, there's not a lot of drama in the early days. Not a lot kicks off, which is surprising because they strike me like they'd have a lot of kickoffs.
Yeah, they seem like the type, but I guess they're just nice guys.
Yeah.
Which is nice to hear.
It is definitely nice to hear.
You have these impressions of people that they're like horrible idiots or whatever, but it's nice to actually...
Yeah, it's a rare change that you think that someone's a bit of a tool and turns out they're not.
Yeah.
So next we go to 2003 and their album Waking the Fallen. I think this is when they start to get a little bit more of the sound that they've got now.
Okay.
So we'll try. I'm not sure which track we can have a listen to. We'll see.
Waking the Fallen is what we're going into, and let's find the track before we depart.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm not enthused by what I've heard so far.
Yeah,
I don't
it's
understand
not
why
promising.
they're popular.
Yeah.
Yet. When do they get popular? Have you got that in the report? When they properly get big?
I don't think they... Well, I'm pretty sure it's the album after this. But
Okay.
I don't actually know that. Okay.
Well, we got Waking the Fallen, Chapter 4, Reminiscence, Desecrate Through Reverence, Eternal Rest.
In that EP, by the way, he would have been 20.
Oh,
So-
okay, so he's younger than I am currently, fair enough.
You can see why he's probably not as...
Dude got better.
Yeah.
That's good. Alright, which one do you want to put on? I like the name Radiant Eclipse, but I like anything that references an eclipse or a sundown.
Do you want to listen to that one?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, so that was Radiant Eclipse by Avenged Sevenfold. You can really see they're starting to get their style together now.
Yes, this sounds closer to what I think of when I think of Avenged Sevenfold.
Yeah.
Actual, like, long intros, drama.
Sinister-y, kind of.
The scream isn't quite where it is now for M Shadows, but it's getting there. You can actually tell that he can sing in this.
It's definitely more clear.
The instruments have the same tone that Avenged Sevenfold has. Like, the guitars have a certain tone to them.
Yeah.
I don't know what... am I the only person who thinks of colour when they think of, like, specific noises?
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, because I like, imagine... What colours do I... like, Alter Bridge, I always imagine they have a brown tone to them.
Yeah.
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 Slipknot have a white, silvery tone to their music.
Almost metally. Like, literally, just harsh.
I don't really have one for Avenged Sevenfold yet in my head, but I'll think about it by the end of this.
weirdly, I think it's like a dark blue.
Well, I'll have
I
a
get
listen
it
in a
really
second,
quick.
and I'll see that.
Yeah, so they haven't had much drama so far. So what I picked up on instead was some suggestions for alternative names,
Okay.
which I thought were quite funny.
Sure.
Alleged Sevenfold, because they have 5 members, not 7. Off the back of that, Avenged Fivefold.
Yeah, alright,
Thoughts?
I like Avenged Fivefold. That's good.
I preferred Alleged Sevenfold, but that one does require an explanation.
I think Avenged Fivefold is much worse.
It's so dumb.
And therefore is better.
Yeah, okay. So we'll agree to disagree on what their name should actually be.
Let's
and neither of us think it's their actual name.
We're shaking hands, everybody.
Yeah, we're so doing that.
No, we don't touch each other. God.
Ugh. Right. Jump to 2005. This is you'll know songs of this album. City of Evil. They've had a minor lineup change. They have a different bassist now. It's Jonathan Seward.
Okay.
Seward? I don't know. I can't pronounce things.
She doesn't pronounce things.
I don't pronounce things.
Get off her
correctly.
back.
Yeah. Stop telling me what to do,
Mom.
bitch.
Okay, we had different words there. Nice.
So we have a look. I'm not 100% sure what's on this one. So do you want to have a look?
Yeah, let's do it. What was it called again?
City of Evil.
City
I think
of Evil.
Beast and the Harlots on this one.
Well, then we'll know it, won't we? City of Evil. Yep, but
It
Beast and
is.
Harlot's the first one.
Backcountry's on this one. Yeah, this one definitely went big.
Yep, this is the big one. This is Seize the Day is the one I know. I actually really like Seize the Day.
Is there anything you'd like to
Although
listen
I
to?
always call it Carpe Diem because I'm a snob who knows Latin.
I hate you. I hate you so much.
Literally, my girlfriend at the time told me, "Hey, listen to Seize the Day by Avenged Sevenfold," and I immedially said, "Oh, Carpe Diem," and assumed.
Did she look at you with fire in her eyes?
I think she knew who I was, so
Yeah.
she didn't complain.
Which one would you like to listen to? I
Um,
actually really like playing Backcountry.
Beast and the Harlot
We
is
both
the
love
best
that
song on the album.
Yeah, we both love that song.
Should we put that one on?
Yeah, I just want to listen to it now.
Okay, right, here we go.
Yeah, so obviously we listen to
The Beast and the Harlot.
because we love that song.
Good song. This
What a
is
song.
Avenged Sevenfold. This
Yeah.
is an actual good song. They look ridiculous in the music video.
Yeah, they do look like they're in My Chemical Romance. They completely do.
I was thinking Mayday Parade as well.
Yeah.
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 I can't get that specific.
You don't know Mayday Parade?
No.
Very, very emo.
I know the name, and in my head I go, emo! So
Miserable
that's
at
probably
best is one of their hits.
it. I thought that was going to be the song.
No.
Like your description of the band, like, it's miserable at best.
No.
I genuinely thought that was
That's,
what you meant.
that's one of the songs, yeah. They're really good.
Right.
Go for it. I was thinking colour-wise, I struggled with... I'm not sure about the deep blue on that one. I think we see different colours. Yeah, that's okay.
You're also colourblind, though, so I'm going to put
I
you onto
am,
that.
but I see blue really well.
Do you?
Purple I don't see very
Oh,
well.
okay. Red tones.
Go for it.
Right, so we jump on to our next album, self-titled. There is a song that I've got to... What?
It's just funny whenever we get so many of these albums now
What
that
do
are
everyone
self-titled,
does a self-titled
and
album?
we never even say it. We just say self-titled. We just.
Why the hell do I need to say it twice?
It just sounds funny because I feel like every band's named their album self-titled.
Yeah, okay, it is quite funny.
Yeah.
So this is 2007. There is this particular song I would like to listen to for this one, but this is just because there's a lyric in it that I thought was funny.
Okay.
So the song is "Little Piece of Heaven."
Oh, this is a great song.
Yeah,
this is my favorite Avenged Sevenfold song.
The lyric is because I really always knew that my little crime would be cold, and that's why I got a heater for your thighs.
Yeah.
What the hell is that?
It's a really because it's a song about.
There is a description of the song that's written out.
Yeah.
Quite interesting.
Oh, yeah. Do you want to read it, or do
it's-
you want me to recap?
A song about love that is for a girl that gets stabbed, and then her corpse is used as a toy, a sex toy that reanimates as a pissed off zombie and stabs her boyfriend and has a feeding frenzy of a wedding.
Yep, that's about
That's
it.
the whole song.
That's the whole thing. It's better than what I was gonna say.
What were you gonna say?
Some bullshit.
Do you want to listen to that then?
Yeah, Little Piece of Heaven's great, man.
Yeah.
I feel like this episode is a lot more let's listen to music than we usually go for.
It is, but also I'm enjoying it.
Little Piece of Heaven. Here we go.
'Cause I really always knew that my little crime would be cold. That's why I got a heater for your thighs.
That was A Little Piece of Heaven. It's my favorite Avenged Sevenfold song. It's weird and good, unlike a lot of Avenged Sevenfold. Oh shit! Oh no! Oh, he's dropped it. Oh my god! Oh, well, cancel the podcast.
Cancel the podcast. We're gonna get boycotted.
Man, this is worse
You
than
said
when
you
I
didn't like
insulted.
the band.
This is worse than when I insulted Jared Leto. our Lord and Savior. Oh, he's so handsome. He's genuinely very handsome.
He does look like Jesus.
I'm not joking when I say that. Right, what we got? So they released that was their 4th album, right?
I'm not sure actually. Yes.
Yes, it was.
Oh well, 3rd full-length album.
Oh, 3rd full-length album is the 4th thing we've listened to because they're an EP in there.
Oh no, sorry, 4th full-length album, but 5th of including the EP.
Okay, so this is the 4th album.
Yes.
Got it.
So that's pretty cool. So after this one, this is when their drummer dies.
The Rev, very sad.
Yeah, it's there was a statement released.
That was around the same time as Slipknot's bassist passed away, Paul Gray.
2009.
It was around the same time.
Yeah, 2009 is about the right year.
Yeah, because they called each other and gave each other...
That's sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, it says, Avenged Sevenfold drummer James the Rev Sullivan was found dead in his home, died due to a heart failure brought on by a combination of several prescription drugs. After his death, they did consider disbanding, but they opted to continue making music and
when you're making music this average, like, you really got to mind that,
Their drummer really was a big part of it, though.
The Rev is great. He wrote Little P7.
Yeah, well, this is where I'm going on to. So they recorded the new material with Dream Theater drummer Mike Portnoy, which is on our, I'm sure. But he was apparently said to have written all of Afterlife, Little Piece of Heaven, and Almost Easy, along with other songs.
Yeah.
Those notably.
Yeah, he's a good writer.
Yeah. So I've heard. So then we go on to Nightmare. Obviously we've had...
of course.
So this was, I assume, all recorded with Mike Portnoy, but no one is credited for drums on it because of the situation is quite complicated with him having written songs.
Do you think it's going to show? Are we going to be able to tell easily?
I don't think I've listened to enough of Nightmare to know.
All
right. I've listened to the song Nightmare. That's all I know.
I think that's the only one I've listened to.
I haven't read the track list, so I might.
Alright, well, let's look at the track list. Let's see what you've heard. Nightmare, right? Nightmare.
We're up to 2010 now.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, they're not a dramatic history band, and they haven't been going as long as fucking Iron Maiden, which was just tour, don't tour.
Yeah. That's the problem, is when you start fucking 25 years later.
So
I feel so far away as well.
Okay, which one do you want to put on? What should we listen to with the listeners here? Everybody.
You want to listen to some with people?
Yeah, well, I figured that what the listeners obviously do is they pause the podcast, they listen to the song, and then they come back.
They definitely do that.
That's what everyone does, I think.
Yeah, that's definitely what they do.
That's why I put in all the effort of editing in little clips so people can find it easily.
Yeah.
Which one do you want to put on, dude?
Do you want to listen to one that you haven't listened to before?
I don't mind.
Pick. Apparently,
a good one.
I think Fiction was supposedly also written by the Rev, so we can have a look at that.
No, I want one that wasn't written by the Rev. I want to hear a difference.
Actually, it was Nightmare. I don't know which ones he was a part of and which ones.
Nightmare's the big one. Let's listen to Nightmare.
Let's just...
Okay, here we go. Nightmare.
Okay. I thought you were going to leave it in.
Nah, I wasn't going to leave it in.
No, you said you were.
No, I was just joking about them pausing the podcast and listening.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, we're going to leave this in, but what is your opinion on Nightmare by Avenged Sevenfold?
I am not the biggest fan of this song.
I don't like it.
I feel like once you've heard the first verse and the first chorus, you kind of know the rest of the song.
I like the opening ding.
Yeah,
ding,
you did say you like that, didn't you?
I like him saying Nightmare because he shows off how good a vocalist he is.
Yeah, you can see he's getting so much better by now.
So good in this album, but don't like the song. I think Avenged Sevenfold. I don't want to be too mean. I think they sound generic.
I think that's the problem because they get accused of ripping things off a lot, but I think a lot of that probably does come from like everything's already been done at this point. Once you get into the 2000s of metal, it's so much else has already been done and recorded that it's easy to sound like everyone else, particularly if you haven't got the strongest style, which
this
obviously
came
is
out
still developing.
In 2010, right?
Yeah.
Slipknot had been a band for almost 20 years now.
Exactly, this is what I mean.
Yeah.
All the big bands have already been going donkey's years by now.
Yeah. But you know what? A Little Piece of Heaven sounds like its own thing. It sounds distinct.
Yeah, you do like that one, didn't you?
It's different. It actually doesn't sound like a song I've heard 1,000 times. This song sounds like a song I've heard 1,000 times.
It just doesn't stand out to me majorly, but I've heard other songs on them that really do, which is why it's a bit odd, I think.
And that's not... I don't want to come across like I'm saying no one in this band is talented. They are all clearly very talented.
Yeah.
That's not in question. But it just doesn't do anything for me.
Like, I'm kind of surprised that this was the sort of namesake one for the album.
Yeah.
Like, I think they could have picked other tracks on this and it would have been just as good.
All the guitars are good. Everything's good. You know, I know people who used to pick up girls by saying I can play Nightmare by Avenged Sevenfold.
That's dire. Sorry, if you pick up a girl doing that, she does not know what you're talking about.
It works for 3 different guitarists I know.
Oh
Interestingly,
my God.
I don't want to name names, all the same girl.
Oh, well, there we go. It's just her then.
She had a type.
She does have a type, and there's men that can play Nightmare on guitar, so get in there, lads.
I don't know I don't remember her last name. We won't say anything. All right.
Okay.
Move on.
So this was the 5th album. Nightmare debuted at number 1 on the Billboard Top 200 when it was released, which was July of 2010. They dedicated it to former drummer The Rev.
Yep.
Yeah, it says that Fiction on this album was also supposedly completely written by him, which is cool. They were nominated for a load of awards after this, which is quite interesting.
Of course. I mean, they've got to that point in their career, I guess, where
Yeah.
they're popular enough to get awards.
Exactly, yes. So they were. So in 2010, the Rev's work on Nightmare was nominated for the Golden God Awards Best Drummer, which he won.
I hate posthumous awards.
They are frustrating, but I can see why it's been done a lot.
I mean, yeah, he's great. That's
Yeah.
You know.
In 2011, Mike Portnoy's work on Nightmare, he was also nominated for the Golden God Awards Best Drummer and won. Oh God, I've only got the stage names. Sinister Gates and Zaki Vengeance on Nightmare won the Golden God Awards for Best Guitarist. They won. M Shadows on Nightmare won the Golden God Awards for Best Vocalist and won. Nightmare won on Golden God Awards Album of the Year and won. And Buried Alive was nominated for Revolver Magazine's Song of the Year 2011 and was just nominated. They didn't win.
Okay,
Which is really a tragic way to end off that very impressive list.
Yeah, you kind of petered down there.
Yeah, you do. But it's the only one that's not a Golden God Award, so it didn't make sense for me to put it in the middle, so we hid it. Also, this is not really relevant to everything, but I thought it was funny. So in September of 2011, Avenged Sevenfold announced that they were going to make a music video for the single Buried Alive, and they contacted Rob Zombie to direct the music video, but he turned it down. He said he was busy, which I think we've all heard before.
He was washing his hair.
Yeah, he was washing his hair that week.
Yeah, so did he.
It just made me giggle, the way it was worded. He was supposedly doing something else. I have no idea what Rob Zombie was doing in 2011, because why would I? I didn't have time to Google that as well.
Probably doing his remake of Halloween.
Yeah.
Anyway.
God, he's a strange man. Yeah, so now jump to 2013, we've got Hail to the King.
Hey, I know this album. This
Yeah.
is the first album I was introduced to after being... So I was a kid, introduced to him, didn't really register, and then joined the band.
Yeah,
That's
and then
when I got...
was reintroduced,
Yeah.
So they do have a new drummer for this, whose name I cannot pronounce.
Shock.
Aaron I'm just going to give this to you.
Okay. Where am I looking? Oh, wait, sorry. Aaron Ilj?
Yeah, I'm just going to leave that there.
Yeah,
because
right.
clearly you're also not sure. Yeah, so we're going to have a listen
The
to
funny thing is, where Leia was pointing, I was looking at the wrong thumb, and I was looking at Axl Rose. So
you were like, you
like-
definitely know how to pronounce that, and that's definitely wrong.
Dude.
You've given a spoiler for what's coming up next, as Axl Rose is involved.
Sorry.
He's not really involved, to be honest. It's a bit of a side note, but yeah.
Go on then. Which song we listen to?
I suppose Hail to the King's the obvious one.
Alright, let's put this on. Hail to the King.
Hail to the King! Hail to the one!
That was Hail to the King, and I'm saying it now. It's the first good song I've heard from them.
Yeah?
It sounds like they're an actual band. They look like a band.
I did like some of the ones off City of Evil. There's good tracks on that.
Maybe, I mean, I haven't heard all of them, to be fair, but out of the ones we've listened to and the ones I've heard, this I feel confident
They're
showing to people.
They're an adult band now.
Yeah, I like it. Maybe it's just the fact that they are an adult band
Yeah,
that
quite
I like.
literally, yeah.
But, yeah, I liked that song, Hail to the King.
This song also charted number 1 on the US Billboard 200.
What did we say about this song off mic? It's Thunderstruck. Tell them the Thunderstruck.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure if there was this song, but I know for one of the Avenged Sevenfold songs, they got accused of it being, suspiciously close to Thunderstruck by AC/DC, and they came out saying it's a tribute to Thunderstruck, which was a little bit like, was it now?
Yeah, it sounds like you pulled that out your butt.
Yeah, like that's what you came up with as a friend.
Yeah.
But yeah, it does get a little bit much.
Yeah, the guitars are a little self-indulgent in the solos, which I'm not a fan of, but I liked. This sounded like a low-key Stone Sour song to me.
Yeah.
And I like Stone Sour, so...
Yeah, that's, I can see it's a
I'm
lot
being
different.
real harsh today, but I'm telling you the truth, listeners. I like, you can tell me I'm shit, that's fine.
You do, pretty often. By me, certainly.
Oh, yeah. I mean, sometimes I have very bad performances sometimes. Right.
Yeah, so that peaked the UK albums chart number 1, as well as the Finnish, Brazilian, Canadian, and Irish charts at number 1, which is cool. So we jump on to 2015, and this is where they get their new drummer. I don't believe they released an album this year, but this is when they've got the drummer that I believe they continue with up until recent day, which is Brooks Wackerman. I feel like
Brooks Wackerman?
Wackerman.
That's a great name.
It is.
Wackerman.
I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I'm assuming it's Wacka. Yeah, I feel like he's really overlooked. Because obviously the Rev is a beast, yeah. We know that. We've long established he was a really, really good drummer.
Yeah.
People really, like, Brooks Wackerman is so impressive. Like, I feel like people really overlook just how much he's really got going on in the background. So I've got some fun things about him that we can mention about. Because no one knows enough about him.
Alright.
So, have you heard of Josh Freese?
No.
So he was a very, very famous drummer, and his whole career was stepping up and filling in for all of the big rock gods, basically, every time they needed a drummer. So he would fill in for Nine Inch Nails, Guns N' Roses, Perfect Circle, lots of very, very famous bands. And when he had to step down for a show, Brooks stepped up for him. So he stepped into the stepper-uppers in his actual band.
Nice.
Which is pretty cool. Secondly, in 2001... Brooks was picked to fill in for Bad Religion's legendary, apparently, drummer Bobby Shea, I don't know, which is also very cool. Do you know Bad Religion?
No.
Very famous punk band, punk pioneers, so it said. So, as everyone says, there's not much pressure with that, apparently, and has contributed to the last 6 Bad Religion releases.
Nice.
On the back of everything else.
He does stuff.
He's huge, yeah. In 2013, Blink-182 were due to play the Soundwave Festival in Australia. Unfortunately, due to an acute fear of flying from Travis Barker, he was unable to make it to the shows and was filled in quite last minute, and I really enjoyed how this was originally worded. Left Brooks to get the best seat in the house. I agree.
Yeah, you can see M. Shadow's butt all night, or... Is that the best seat in the house?
I mean, it's generally the only seat.
That's the only seat in the house. There are no other seats. Only drummers can sit down.
Yeah, everyone else must stand. Yeah. So, also back in the day, I didn't really mention this. So, Korn used to have their bands often kind of covered by curtains, and they used to have percussionists. Well, it's rumoured, he's not officially said, but it's rumoured that he was one of the mysterious percussionists that will play behind curtain for Korn back in the day.
That's cool.
We're not 100% sure of that, but we know he did contribute to percussion on a lot of their actual albums.
So it makes sense.
Cool. And I felt like you'd like this one. He did play drums on tour with Canadian skater boy fancier Avril Lavigne on the Under My Skin album tour. So
nice.
Clearly he's not limited by what he does.
If you're playing with Avril Lavigne, you're playing in the big leagues.
Yeah. And it's just like he's worked with everyone. Like
It sounds like he's a worker as well.
He is, like from Suicidal Tendencies to Faith No More to Monkey from Korn. The Nervous System side project, Bleeding Through the Frontman, Brandon, I can't pronounce his surname either, from thrash supergroup The Innocent. He's done loads. So please, everyone, stop looking him over. I think he's really cool. He really has been around. Like,
okay, well,
he's worked with loads of big names. If you're looking for a big name in metal music, really, for drummers, it's him.
I mean, I'll email him and send him this vocal clip
yeah,
of you.
But I really like him. And stop looking over him just because the rev's really cool too. I know he's cool. I know he died, right? I know. You know?
I mean, I know. Do you want to keep ranting? I wasn't. She was looking pretty intense there.
It did get weirdly ranty considering I'm just affirming myself.
Yeah, I just stayed quiet. The audience can't talk back.
I know. You can't fight with me, right? So this was all. Obviously their last lineup change for this was 2015. In 2016, they come in with their new album, The Stage. Have you heard anything from
shit,
them?
no, I haven't listened to The Stage.
Oh, let's have a look then. I'm not sure what tracks are on this, so I'll have to have a look.
Yeah, as I said, not a huge Avenged Sevenfold fan, as evidenced. But hey, happy to be won over.
Should we listen to the title track, The Stage?
Sure, it's 8 minutes.
Oh lord, we'll skip through some of that.
Okay, here we go. The Stage.
Who is the crowd?
And what did you think of that?
It's fine.
Yeah?
Yeah, I lost a bit of my enthusiasm, to be honest.
Visually, it went back to their old kind of horror-y style.
Yeah. I'm good with.
Yeah.
But, I don't know, man.
I feel like a lot of the time with Avenged Sevenfold, you do really need to have a better understanding of guitar than we do.
Yeah.
To really appreciate what the guitarists are doing. The drummer's really cool in that. I enjoy the drums.
The drums are really good. The vocals, he's got skills for days. I don't even, at this point in his life, he's got skills for days. Like, I criticized him earlier, but he's always he's a good singer. Yeah,
it's just like he very definitely did have a 20-year-old's voice when he started.
Yeah, he doesn't know. It's
quite
good.
Normally,
So I'm not really. I don't really want to go in depth on this one. It's fine.
Well, they do have an EP that they've released this year.
My response should not be to it.
It shouldn't be. Come on.
Okay. What is it?
Black Rain.
Black
Rain is
Rain.
in Royal Rain. Yeah.
Okay.
Black Ops music. I did not know that.
Jesus. Which song are we putting on?
Take a pick.
Not Ready to Die, Jade Helm,
That sounds cool.
or Mad Hatter, or Carry On.
Okay, take a pick.
Asked you Carry On. Alright, here we go. Carry On by Avenged Sevenfold. Okay, that was...
Mildly confusing.
Yeah.
They came up with like a release date of, or on YouTube release date
of 2015,
and we were like, confused.
Yeah, that's weird.
And then checked, and officially it does say 2018, which is confusing.
I guess it was released on the Call of Duty soundtrack. It's the song we listened to is called Carry On, and it sounds just like a Dragon Force song.
Yeah, I definitely enjoyed it more than I've enjoyed some of the more recent stuff. I think I like the quicker stuff.
Yeah.
When they're an up energy band, I do definitely enjoy it more. It is. The chord pattern is very similar to Dragon Force.
They have that tone in their guitar as well.
Yeah.
Alright, is that everything? Is that the whole of Avenged Sevenfold?
Yeah, up to date. I mean, they're still going, obviously.
Yeah, M Shadows has recently taken a bit of a break due to injuring his voice, which is very sad, and I wish him a speedy recovery. He's a great vocalist. And probably a nice guy. I don't know. Maybe he's not.
Yeah.
He could go either way at this point. But, yeah. That was all of Avenged Sevenfold. I find them, controversial corner, underwhelming.
I can see that. I mean, again, I think it is something that very much you've probably got to understand guitar a bit better than us to be able to properly appreciate them.
I agree.
But I think a lot of the time there's that level of like shock value, but for people that don't want to be shocked, if you know what I mean.
Yep.
So they do horror style things, but things that are not actually that out there, so people can be like, oh, so weird. And if they actually see weird shit, they're like, maybe not. I feel like I can really imagine some of the things that, like, a lot of the people that like them that will go on and on about how out there it is. Like, if I showed them something that I would listen to myself that's
Scars
weird.
on Broadway.
Scars on Broadway. Mr. Bungle?
Mr.
Can you
Bungle.
imagine?
Yeah.
Like
That's genuinely very off-putting.
You don't like that at all, do you? I love it.
So,
I love it.
That brings us to the end of the report, but I have a new section to try out before we go.
Yeah?
and it's not got a name yet, so I'm gonna call it just the words that come out of my mouth.
Okay, I'm excited now.
It's called Matt shows Leia music and sees if she will like it.
So that's the whole podcast then in a segment.
Yeah, that's Matt shows Leia the new music and sees if she will like it is my new favorite segment. It's better than Controversial Corner because I'm gonna.
Sorry, I my controversial corner is shut up.
I'm gonna show you something and we're gonna listen to it on mic with the listeners.
Okay.
And we're gonna see what you think.
Does it have to be a new release or something that's just
No,
new
it's
to
just
me?
something that's new to you.
Okay.
Do
you know that we?
I want you to close your eyes when you listen to it though.
How do you know that this is going to be new to me?
Because you haven't heard it before, okay? You haven't.
Okay.
You haven't heard it before.
Okay.
Don't even pretend. And I want you to give it a chance.
I'm going to give it a chance. Is this going to be dumb?
No.
Okay.
It's one.
If you're telling me that I've got to give it a chance, it's normally something silly.
No.
This is Hannah Montana.
No, it's not Hannah Montana. But it's a band that I like.
Oh,
and all right. But and I want you to try and just see if because my aim in this show now is to introduce you to a song.
I can't fucking see anything with my glasses on.
It's to introduce you to a song that you like.
Okay.
And that's the one goal I have now moving forwards. So we're gonna see if I can do it. Do you think I will be able to do it? I don't think I will.
I don't know. It depends.
Okay. So close your eyes and listen to this.
Okay. I mean,
imagine you're a human with feelings. And
that's gonna really be hard.
We'll see what comes up. All right, here we go.
This sounds like it should be like a club song, but it's added guitars and real drums. I don't know what I'm listening to.
You listen to a song. You gotta listen to the song.
I don't like his voice.
Really?
Oh, no, I haven't listened really inside. On first impressions, I'm not a fan.
You see, I thought this would be a long one, but it's a good one to start with.
The structure is
just another lovesick afternoon, black butterflies and deja vu, hoping for the right words, waiting for the right words.
I can see why people would like the big contrast. It's just, I don't know, it does sound like a pop song that they've melded up.
It's not a metal band.
Yeah, no, well, rocked up then if you prefer, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Added guitars and drums.
So this is actually my favorite band.
Oh, is this your...
This is one of my...
Yeah.
And this is one of my favorite songs by them off their newest album. There's actually... What I really like about the Main is they actually make me feel feelings.
Is that a hard thing for you to achieve?
I think a lot of music is bad at it.
A lot of music is bad.
And I think that John is incredible with his lyrics in terms of creating an actual emotion in people. But I wanted to see if you got anything from this at all. And we're going to keep coming back to this segment. I'm going to put together a list, and every week we're going to do a song. Because you've metalled me up. I want to see if I can pop you up. Pop you down?
I don't know.
I want to see if I can open a pop-up book inside your heart.
Please keep all pop-up books away from my internal organs, please.
Only 26 letters I can use just
I don't like the 20 and 6 one different ones.
Let go, won't you let go?
Yeah, as soon as I re-listened to it, I was like, she's not gonna like that.
You realised that I was going to be like, why is it on different lines? Why?
I've seen these guys live 3 times, and I love them. They're so good with the audience. And they've actually started to get bigger, thank God. And it's nice to hear guitars in pop music.
Yeah, it is very cool.
There was a time when I used to say the Main and people wouldn't know who that was, and now people actually know.
That's cool.
Leia, what did you think? Did this week, did Matt show Leia a song that she might like? Man, that wasn't the name of the segment at the start, so...
I was going to say, it was started out with something I didn't know, and I definitely didn't know it.
Yeah.
It's not really for me, but I can see why you like it. Like...
Okay, what, did you feel any feelings?
No.
Okay, alright.
I'm hard
This
for
week
that.
has failed on Matt shows Leia a song and she hears it. Man,
You need to pick a title.
I'll go back and I'll listen to it and I'll write it down.
If there's not a proper title by the end of it, it's gonna be Matt's got a massive gap between his big toe and his next toe over because he's not got socks on. I'm
What's
telling
wrong
you
with
now.
your toes?
There's an enormous gap. You look
That's
like
a regular gap.
no, because it looks like my stepmother, and my dad always says that my stepmother used to have 6 toes and then had the one day lopped off, and that's why there's a gap.
Man, I've got good feet. I don't know what you're talking about. Next week, we show Matt's feet all episode.
Yeah, it's going to be on screen the whole time, covering both of our faces.
Well,
on the icon.
That was our podcast on Avenged Sevenfold, and then Matt shows Leia the things that she knows he won't like. Next week, a new exciting episode of Matt says a thing and Leia listens to it.
It's gone such a weird hole.
We'll see you guys later. Bye.